Good afternoon, good morning, evening, wherever you might be in this world. Welcome to the Black Link Experience. I am Marva B. I am the CEO and founder of Black Link Magazine and so excited to be here today. We have Ray Lugar here with us and we are so excited for our guest. Welcome, Ray.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you having me on this platform. Thank you.
Very welcome. So go ahead and tell the world who you are and a little bit about what you do.
Pretty much I'm just an artist by nature. I'm what you would call probably a jack, a couple of different trades. I love I'm an artist, a rap, produce, engineer, you know what I'm saying? Write, screenwrite, I'm into videography and like whatever. You know, that's to be honest, that's what the true me. But you know, people know me from different lanes. So some people know. We also used to in the 90s, I mean the 2000s, shout out to Low Key God from my crew, 50,000 Heads in Baltimore. First of all, I'm from Baltimore, Maryland.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm an MC by nature. Like I said, music is in my it's in my genes. My dad was a guitar player. My mom is in the Black Collectors Hall of Fame.
Oh, wow.
And she was heavily involved in music, had a radio show, a jazz show in WEAA, and also with the talk show on WEAA in Morgan State for years. I mean, I grew up culturally sound on both sides of the tracks, you know, from the dysfunction to the culturally sound experiences. So, you know, I've been well balanced, met a lot of people, legends, you know, Ghostface Killer, my guys from the Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah.
Met, you know, I'm on records with Capadonna. We got the Rough Ends, the Drew Hills. So I don't really want to get into it ain't about, but the real experience is just, I'm just an artist by nature.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it.
Well, that's interesting. And we do want to hear, you know, a lot about what you do and who you work with. And so, but dang, you named some big names, some heavy names there, Drew Hill.
Yeah, I mean, I you know, that I've been around for a minute, you know, like, yeah, hold up, but Slick Rick, these guys I've been around at some point in time with Rakim and all legendary guys and
Yeah.
we owe so much to our predecessors, and that's why I continue to do it, because those that came before me, they're still great. You know, I look at guys like Grandmaster Cash,
Right.
and he still, you know, will smash somebody that's young. So like, man, if he still is that good, who am I to not be good? So it's a certain standard that you try to keep up. And I try to do that in whatever it is, whether it's music, whether it's, like I said, visual, you want to keep up a high standard and maintain a certain continuity. That's just, that's what I'm about.
Yeah, and I think in this business, like you have to be a well-rounded person and you have to bring your A game. You can't just be 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Right. Well, you know, you know that it's the whole thing where you could either come with a one-hit wonder, or if you're trying to make a record that's classic, it's all about being relative. And sometimes being relative is not an easy thing, because you have to go against the grain. If you're going to just do what everybody is saying, this is what's in now. I think like the Versus platform is kind of showing that, like some of the records, when you watch Versus, especially now that they're on the stages, certain records might resonate and others don't. And that's really a standard to show you that some records grow with time, and that's a real classic. And you could have a hit that was a hit in the time they came out, and later on, it's not really relevant. You know what I'm saying? You know, we strive to try to come with records that we feel like we want people to still be able to relate to later on.
Right.
I want to say shout out to Jay Swift, because that's one of my guys too. I met Swift in what 97, 98, something like that, and out in VA, you know what I'm saying, through our People's High Roller Records. Shout out to Big Chill, rest in peace to the OG, and my big OG Ty, you know what I'm saying. Um, yeah, High Roller Records. That's where I met Jay, and we've been brothers ever since then. In terms of working, there's been times where I didn't, live with this brother up in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? East New York. He didn't stay with me and be more. We have so many records together, but I just brought Jay up because he represents that standard of what I'm talking about. A lot of the work that we have isn't out, but we always upheld the standard and wouldn't accept less. So just because you haven't heard it yet, don't mean you won't hear it. And when you hear it, you're gonna be like, damn, did they just come out with this? That's what I'm talking
Love
about.
it.
The records will be like, yo, it's not dated because you know what
Right.
I'm saying, pretty much, we took our time, we really, are invested in making records that people can relate to and will remember. So we're not interested in just making a hit, man. We love the culture. We're into the culture. So yeah, that's
Yeah, I knew it was something special about Jay. He's my family now, so I guess me and you family, right? Because
oh
I
yeah,
ain't
yeah,
going
yeah,
nowhere. Right? I love
yeah,
Jay, and
yeah, yeah,
yeah, everything that he stands for, like, and he's been genuine this far, and I just want to shout
yeah.
him out too, for even the
Mhm.
connection with you and I that he gave. So
Right. Right. No, yeah, Jay is definitely, and he's also a conduit in terms of linking people in with one another. And that's kind of what I do too. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if I know somebody, I don't have a problem with linking them in and also giving the information because people hoard the information.
yes,
But somebody gave you the information. So my
right,
my perspective is that whole chain of command, where I got mine, you got yours to get. That's not it with me. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you know somebody, all you have to do is remember when you was in that place and you felt
right,
misunderstood. Everybody don't deserve the same thing. You know what I mean?
right,
So if
right,
somebody, if you remember that you was, you really, damn, I should be up there or I should have an opportunity. Then when you get in position, don't do the same thing that was done to you. You got to break the cycle. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what we striving to do. Shout out to Lord J. Swift Jr.
but
You know,
man, I was
yeah,
just
we
going to
got that.
say that.
Yeah, the whole team, and he, I was around him since he was a toddler as well. And he
Yeah,
watched us. He watched me and Jay do our thing. We never compromised in the game. And we've met a lot of people, I'll still have our respect.
yeah.
And he's still fresh, so it ain't over yet. You know what I'm saying? We
No,
just
it ain't
pushing
over. It ain't
and we
over.
doing it our way. That's the
Yeah,
thing. And my sister Katerna, shout out my sister Katerna.
yeah.
Um, yeah, she's incredible. You know what I'm saying? From her
Lovely.
days in VA to going to Atlanta. She's another vet, you know what I'm saying? From
Yeah.
the producer standpoint. She also produces as well. We have a team of producers that we coming together with, and we're gonna be, showing the world our skill sets. And we're gonna showcase that through my album and Katerna's album initially, and then other artists that we'll be working with. But we have an album. My album is going to be American Soul, and that's something that initially Jay and I have been working with, and for a minute, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
probably about a year or two. I would say a
Mhm.
year. So, like I said, we take our time with
Yeah.
working. Jay's very picky. Oh my God, he's we fight all the time, you know what I'm saying? I used to be picky, but I'm at a space where I just know when it's right, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Jay just it gotta be, my man he's a
Yeah.
different kind of monster when it comes to what he's comfortable and when he's
That's
ready to do something.
yeah. Yeah, that's a good thing. That's what it's
Come
all.
on, man. Listen, man, no man is an island. And but see, again, I like to build and I understand why people think the way that they think. A lot of times, you know, you gotta think like it's an oxymoron because we're social beings by nature, but you also self-centered by nature.
Oh,
So
yes.
you need the people, but you want what you want. But if you're in your lower self, then you're not you stuck in your feelings, moods, and attitudes, and that's being inconsiderate.
That's
When
right.
you in your higher self and you're conscious and aware, then you consider all things. So you'll overstand the fact that somebody else needs the same thing that you need. This is on a simple level.
Yeah.
Like, so if I need that attention,
Yeah.
then I gotta give that attention to the people that I want to get it from. And
Right.
that's the part that we forget. But if you're in your lower self, that means you're unaware. And it's not, it's like this is something that if you don't know the science of who you are,
That's
then
true.
how are you going to change? How are you going to change your condition? So, you know, I'm just saying that this because a lot of people they think that way, and I don't. You can't fault them for that because then you'll be in that same prison, the prison of
Wow.
expectation, because you'll be thinking they should be thinking like this because you had, and you had to remember when you wasn't thinking the way that you are. So
Right.
you, if you keep it like that, then you're gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying?
This is good. This is good stuff. I love it. I love it. And it's real. And that's what people need to hear. And I can't wait to get this interview edited and loaded so that people can hear the message in it. Um,
Right.
you know, and how, I always say you have to look at yourself. What is it within me that I can change, that I can change me to be a better person to help other people. So I love what you guys are doing. So
Yeah. Yeah.
anyway, I'm glad I got connected. So
Yeah.
let's turn the tables a little bit. Let's talk about some of the work that you've done. Like what is in you've been around for a minute. And
Right.
we talk about when I talk about to producers, artists, whatever, anybody in this industry, they talk about
Mhm.
how the industry can just eat you up if you're not on point with with the business aspect of this industry. Let's talk
Facts.
about that. Let's talk about that.
Oh man. Well, the industry definitely swallows up a lot of people. And I will say this. What I've learned now, the way that I've thought in the past is not what I know now. That's what I'm just talking about just a minute ago. So as you grow and evolve through experiences, you learn. And what I learned about the industry that people don't understand is that when someone offers you a contract, it's not a personal thing. They're supposed to put everything in it to that they want. That way they have leverage for you to negotiate. If
Mm,
they already give you, well, yo, you can have everything, then they're negotiating the contract from their position. And that's not a bad thing. And you're supposed to do the same. But if you don't have knowledge of the game, it's not their fault. So are they really taking advantage, or are you're not prepared? You know what I'm saying? So in a contract negotiation, when someone presents you with a contract, what you should do is get a lawyer because you don't know the language. But what a lot of us, we we from the hood, man. We ain't have any
yeah,
opportunities. So when
yes.
somebody, we mix the business part with the pleasure because the dude, like, yeah, I like your material. Let's do this. And so you're gonna be excited. You may be downtrodden, don't have no money. You
Yeah.
trying to look out for mama, all kinds of situations. So it's like, all right, look, I need this now. And you do it, not really understanding the fine print because you don't have a lawyer. And so later on, we come back and say he raped me, but did he rape you? No, because I'm gonna give you an analogy
Mhm.
that'll tie it all in. So whether we be in the music industry or the court of the law, or in the court of the spiritual court, ignorance of the law is no excuse. So when things happen, it don't say, well, damn, he ain't know, or you know what I'm saying? It don't matter. If a little kid get hit in the crossfire, and don't say, well, the little kid was there. You
Right.
understand? So ignorance of the law is no excuse. So it's your fault that you don't know. And a lot of times we get sucked in the game because I get it, because outside sources, they make it attractive. So we want the fame, we want what comes with that. But then when you get involved, you got to learn the intricacies of the game. You learn business. And a lot of times, a lot of us had to learn that way, man. Most of these guys that's on the top, they first contracts, they got washed in it.
Yeah.
Come on. Another thing is you don't have leverage. If you come in the game, without credibility, you can't come in there asking, yo, I need the who is you? What?
Right,
You
right.
gotta establish yourself, and that's how you can negotiate in terms of, well, yo, I'm want this. You can prove that you worthy of whatever, then that's how you get that, man. So when people get swallowed up in the game, a lot of times they get what they asking for because they going into it blindly without learning what you're getting involved in. You know what I'm saying? Just the same way with the street game. Dudes get involved in the street game and
Mm,
don't know the science of the game, none of that, what goes with it. Like when they don't know about taking the L and put money up for your lawyer, none of that. They don't know about the laws, or how to, they just get involved because they see their mans or they done seen Scarface. I know cats personally that been murdered because they went to see Scarface and it made them want to get in the game. And the next thing he ain't had to get in the game. His people's had money, but just because he saw the movie, he wanted to get in the game. No, not even a year, yo, get murdered. This is real talk. So, yeah, the industry can swallow you up, but a lot of it is because people volunteered for the job. You know what I'm saying? They only cry foul when things go bad for them. You know what I mean? And I would say when you learn these lessons in life, it's for you to the end justify the means. Sometimes we don't get what we want out of it. But what you're supposed to get is the lesson. That should be more
what you
than
learn. That's
what
right.
you wanted. You wanted something material, but you got a lesson that's worth more. And that's what also keeps me in place as far as expectations on I should be here or there. Nah, listen, man, I'm supposed to be wherever I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nothing promised to you in life. Don't nobody owe you, and you don't owe nobody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Man.
sis, I'm sorry. We get deep when
Oh, that's
we
brilliant. That
get
is
to the music though. You
brilliant.
know
You know
what I
what?
mean?
I love it because when I do ask that question about the business swallowing you up, it's just always you read your contract, you better know. But no one ever gave it to me like that. You know what
They
I'm
don't go
saying?
into depth.
No,
Yeah,
they didn't do that to you. You didn't know, and you just signed something you didn't know nothing about. They didn't
right,
give you, they gave you an opportunity to negotiate, but you didn't know. And so you just
right,
did whatever.
right. It's like, okay,
I love it.
they wasn't supposed to say, look, yo, go get a lawyer. Now, in certain instances, if you got a personal connection, I could understand it. Like, yo, you were supposed to tell me to get a lawyer. But if I don't, I just met you from somebody third party, and then you a talent in the game. It's not my job to say, well, yo, you should go get a lawyer because I don't know what you know, and so. But that's the only thing where people feel like it's a great area. Well, he didn't tell me, but like, was it his job to tell you that?
Right.
Come on,
We have
man.
to all be responsible for our careers, whatever
Yeah,
career you're in. You
you
have to,
playing the victim.
yeah. Oh, wow.
Salute the locks. See, I salute the locks because they really represent what we talk about. They instead of taking that approach when it came to Diddy, more time the experience showed them that all right, yeah, they ain't really know the game, but they learned and the experience put them in position to be where they at now. So they don't take away from the fact that they had to go through those experiences
Right.
and maybe
Right.
had to learn that way.
Yeah.
And but they got their publishing, Diddy, they man still, they doing their thing. And so the end justify the means, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so, I would encourage people to not, take a negative approach to maybe getting that lesson. Sometimes lessons are painful, man. It reminds you of life.
Huh.
What you want to be
Tell
numb?
me about it. Yeah.
If you was numb, if you couldn't feel, you would be like, damn, if I could feel that pain.
Yeah.
See, that's because you living in your lower self. When you live in your higher self, you embrace the pain because you know that it's part of the balance. From the pain, then comes the promise. So, if you're going through something bad, then you got to know something good gonna come on the other side. It's that same
Oh,
karma that I'm saying to you,
right. God,
Yeah.
man, that's some good stuff.
Yeah, we get deep, and we're gonna get deep on that American soul. So when we finish this project, it's been a long time coming. We
Yeah.
talking about we get intimate on many different levels
Yeah.
of what's going on in our country
Yeah.
and what has been going on. And what's going on in America is going on all over. Let's keep that a
Oh yeah.
buck.
Oh yeah.
It's only a few Aboriginal societies left that just pray for all of us.
Right.
But most of us, we're in the civilized world. So don't let anybody get that twisted. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
And we have to be mindful. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the people talk about America. It's, America, all these other countries, it's the same way. Watch a foreign movie in any country, and it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be a gangster flick. It's going to be a drama. You might not understand the words they're saying, but you'll be able to speak in the language of emotions and what they talk about, because it's all universal what they doing.
Mm-hmm.
So
You,
once you start,
I'm sorry.
go ahead, go ahead.
You need to be going out speaking to people. Like you need to be.
I mean, we do this. We do this regular though. We do this personal though. Like this is
Yeah.
what we do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
People need to hear it though. They need to hear it because
I
it's true.
appreciate that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely true.
Yeah.
Look, man, what happened to the music?
I know. We forgot all about the music.
Nah, actually, the music is a gateway to what we're talking about. And that's what we
But it
use the
is.
music as a platform. Jay
Yeah.
Swift, again, back to Jay Swift, he's a stickler on the music having a meaning,
Yeah.
because we build about life. So again, like what the stuff we talk about is the stuff that's in the music. So it's
Yeah.
all relative, and
It's
again,
real
it
stuff. I
gotta
mean,
relate.
that's why music is an outlet. You can get it for any emotion that you're having, for any situation. You can relate to music. Music, you can write to anything that's going on around you in your real life. And that's what people gravitate to, is when you're talking about real stuff. And so
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
on board with Jay saying, what is this? What's the meaning behind this?
yeah,
People
yeah.
understand. Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
on, man. You gotta connect with them on that level. And look, I say this. I started music in terms of rapping in '83.
Uh-huh.
And a friend of mine, we were rapping at camp. They had the sisters had camp where they would take the inner city kids
Mhm.
out, and give us an experience and a cultural experience. My grandmother also did it with Campfire. She was director of Campfire.
Yeah.
And we even had camps outside, like instead of a rec center in the summer, my
Huh?
grandmother had the ingenuity. She would have camps in the neighborhood and block off with the city, had the block blocked off. You come out your house or come around the block, they have activities, all kinds of things for you to do outside, not even in the rec. Like I'm talking about MacGyver style,
Yeah.
but legitimate. So that's part of the history that I come from. But I was just bringing up the early rap history because my friend that I wrote my first rap with, he also is here with me now and was a part of what I was doing for years. My team, 50,000 Heads, rest in peace to Low Key God, Tunnel Rat, Tom Malone. But in Baltimore, my group is legendary, you know what I'm saying, when we came through in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? And
Uh-huh.
that's my link to Ghostface and the Wu-Tang Clan as well, is we did a lot of big things in that time for underground because we didn't have the
Right.
platforms that we have now.
Right. Right.
But if we had those platforms, forget about it. If like Instagram, we would go to the movie theaters, not with like war paint on our face and fatigues and the African hats, the Ghana hats that
Yeah.
they look like this Chinese with the leather, like, and we'd just go to the mall or something like, and people would be like, what kind of movement? You know what I'm saying? That's how serious we were when it came to the culture.
Right.
And we created our own scene. Shout out to all of the artists in B-more that was doing their thing back in the 90s and late 90s and 2000 when we didn't have a scene. We
Mhm.
set a scene, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And we've been doing our thing. Yeah. So my man Greedy type, he's in here with me now. I'm just letting you know to show you that we still together. That's another thing that we got coming. 50,000. We coming back. We got that on deck, and we have droves of music that people haven't heard. So, like when you hear it, you're gonna know. Like, yeah, a lot of our old stuff is still relative right now.
Wow. I can't wait to
Yeah.
hear it. Well, we'll be following you guys, of course. Y'all stuck with Black Link Magazine. That's just what it is. So
Yo, we stuck with you. You stuck with us as well.
yeah, so we definitely support you. We'll be following everything that you guys do. We're going to stay close in touch because we're going to have y'all in the magazine. It's just going to be all dedicated to the family. So we can't wait to do that.
Sure. Sure.
So before we go, we getting ready to end. I could talk to you all day.
Oh yeah, it's
I love
easy.
it. I love it.
Easy.
But
Shout out Antoine too, Jay cousin Twan, man. Love, respect, the fam. Yeah.
yeah, wow. So before we go, tell everybody where they can reach you on all social media sites.
Yeah. On the Facebook is Ray Lugar. You know what I'm saying? On Instagram is Ray Lugar. All of the websites is Ray Lugar. YouTube is Ray Lugar. Well, I'm also at my producer in terms of videography. I directed a lot of videos, and you can go to Mr. Ray Lugar 1 on YouTube for that. Then we got, I ain't even get into the Collective Force. I have a band, the Collective Force, and
Let's talk about it real quick.
yeah. My band, shout out to Master Butchie, you know what I'm saying? My man Jamie O, who's also the Jamie O is one of our lead singers, and I'm also a front man. So the band is crazy because we cover so many different types of music and genres. There's no limit to what we do. And shout out to my man Kev Tripp on bass, Malik on drums, Don, on percussions, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's the family, you know what I mean? And we've been, during the pandemic, we've been basically tightening up. Or we also have a record out, Paper Chase, that's, you can go check that out too. The Collective Force, Ray Lugar and the Collective Force, Paper Chase. This record is a rock record, you know what I'm saying? And the video is crazy. When you
Really?
watch it, you can be like, wow, it's like some PE, Public Enemy, man.
It's called Paper Chase?
Yeah, Paper Chase.
Collective Force?
Yeah, Ray Lugar and the Collective Force.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a couple of singles we're gonna be putting together. We actually have a record that we did a while ago. Like this is even before the American Soil, but it's actually gonna be on the American Soul project. Okay. I even shot a video, and rest in peace to my man Paco that was in the video. One of the kids in the video passed away. And
sorry to hear it.
It's crazy that a guy just called me yesterday asking me about the video. He was in the video, and I said, yo, we about to drop that coming up. So we'll be putting together a couple of singles, to kind of gear up for the album, because that's the new way of doing things now. You drop singles. Also, with the 50,000 hits, we're gonna be dropping some singles, and with the Collective Force, all of the units I'm a part of.
Okay. You guys, we're going to get out of here for now. Remember, respect yourself, respect each other. God bless.
God bless.